Welcome to FBB Forum. My name is David, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If you like this content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and follow the FBB Forum Instagram page and YouTube page, and links are listed below in the comments. I'm very pleased to welcome the stunning IFBB, or I should say new IFBB Pro women's bodybuilding and physique competitor, Elizabeth Moline, back to the podcast. Elizabeth earned her pro card just about 10 days ago at the NPC North Americans, where she won her class and the overall title in women's bodybuilding. And she really presented an amazing package on stage. And you have just a great physique and lots of beauty for sure. Welcome, Elizabeth. It's really great to have you back on the podcast and great to have you back here on the forum.
Thanks so much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. So, as I mentioned, congrats on your pro card. You looked really amazing. What was your experience like there?
It was an awesome experience. It was great. I had my teammates there and my coach was there. So I had a really good support system. My mom came out. So we just had a really good time. We had a lot of fun with it.
That's terrific. Was it, were you kind of feeling confident about a win, or were you kind of surprised by it?
I was just thinking about bringing my best.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm going to bring my absolute best, and whatever happens is what happens.
Terrific.
Got judges' feedback when I competed in December at nationals, and Sandy told me more upper body, better posing, more conditioning, better core control, and I really I can honestly say that I worked on all of those things
Okay.
a lot. I put a lot of effort into those things, so I went in knowing that I crossed my T's and dotted my I's, and I just wanted to have a fun weekend.
That's terrific. You look terrific on stage there for sure. And yeah, and it seems like you took that feedback to heart, in terms of improving your physique like they asked.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's so much value in talking to the judges after the show.
Yeah, I think generally they are willing to talk to you and give feedback. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And use them for competitors out there. Yeah, make sure you use them as a resource like that for sure. Yeah.
They're the ones that are doing the judging, right? Like, I want to know why the placing was the way that it was and what I can improve on. Like, go to
Sure.
the source.
It is a subjective sport, so they're the arbiters ultimately. So yeah, they're the ultimate people you need to talk to. So yeah, definitely. Now I was curious, what was your experience like backstage? Was there kind of like a iron sisterhood back there, and did you have nice time with the expediters and makeup and tan folks?
The expediters were so on point. They
Really?
were good. Yeah, absolutely. They were fun. They were having a good time. Like, they were having a good time. That makes us have a good time, right? Like, it was, and they're just like on top of it, on the ball. So like they make it so great. But like, that's one of my favorite parts about show weekend is just meeting new people, you know, talking to people backstage. It's it's kind of like, you work your 9 to 5 with people that are like, you eat the same meals every day, you measure and weigh all your food, and then you go to a bodybuilding competition and it's like we're the same. Well,
That's right. That's true. Yeah, y'all can relate to each other better than anyone, I bet. That's true.
sure, yeah.
Yeah. That is really yeah, that's a good point. And it is kind of, it's like a reunion of folks that like you that can do that. I don't know if I could do that. No, that's terrific though. Um yeah, and I thought your tan and makeup looked really good. Did you like working with those guys too?
Yeah, Hard Body Bronze. It's my first time working with them. I mean, like, the tan was really quick, really smooth, turned out really nice.
Mm.
Makeup went well. I try to not stress about the hair and makeup too much. And
Oh, very cool. No, you look great, I thought. Yeah.
you,
Now, we last spoke in January of this year, and I was curious about how you've just been doing since then and what's new in your life besides the pro card, of course.
Yeah, yeah. I actually switched jobs to I'm a physical therapist assistant, and I was working outpatient when I competed in December. And it was really demanding, like physically, mentally, the hours per week. It was a very draining job.
Sure.
Switched to a transitional care unit, so I just switched settings, switched locations, and it has been a really good fit for bodybuilding. So
Really?
yeah,
Good.
uh,
That's
um,
terrific.
yeah. So it's been driving pretty good. I've lived in Minneapolis for 10 years or so, and I moved to Rochester about a year ago. And that's been an interesting change.
Yeah,
I miss the gyms in Minneapolis a lot.
I
Uh,
bet.
but there's a great bodybuilding community here in Rochester
Is
for
there?
a
Yeah.
small town. So
Is that where the Mayo Clinic is?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow. Very cool. Yeah,
Like
that's
the town is Mayo Clinic.
I understand. Yeah. Um, and I mean, their Mayo Clinic is just really well known around the country. I bet they get people from all around the country that come there to but it is, yeah, Rochester's kind of a small town, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, like, yes, Mayo Clinic is big, and there's a lot of people here for Mayo Clinic, but it's, like just 5 block radius of the downtown area, whatever, however many, I don't know. It's big, but outside of that, it's cornfields.
Really?
Mayo Clinic, cornfield.
Oh man. Yeah, I bet yeah, the gym situation would be a lot different because Minneapolis and St. Paul are just such a big metro area too. So
Yeah, and there's some great gyms there.
oh yeah, I bet. Yeah, I bet there are. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Um, in terms of your job, if you don't mind me asking, are you actually getting to work with Mayo Clinic patients and that kind of thing?
There are people that are being like transferring from Mayo Clinic, but I don't work for Mayo Clinic.
Yeah,
I work
sure.
a different rehabilitation company that these transitional care units hire out.
Okay.
So I actually go to a few different transitional care unit facilities in this area, and it ranges from patients that are in there for long-term care to patients that are recovering from, a stroke or um, heart issues, chronic illness, things like that, where it's like they're healthy enough to not need to be in the hospital, but still need some rehabilitation before they are ready to go home.
Sure, I understand. That's pretty cool that you're doing that. And it sounds like a much better work situation for you too. So that's great.
It's very interesting. I work with a lot of I work with older patients, right? Older
Yeah.
population, but there are like 60, 70-year olds that are bedridden, and they say things like, "Oh, well, wait until you get to be my age." And then in North American, it's like Worlds was on Sunday, and I met a 92-year-old bodybuilder that
Wow,
like
really?
he popped up out of his chair, like looks fit as a fiddle, super with it. I'm like, age is a number. It's a mindset.
Yeah, that's true.
So when
Those met
when I get told, like wait until you're my age, I'm like, yeah, yeah.
the Masters World ladies were just really amazing.
My gosh, there so many amazing athletes. Like
Yeah,
that's my goal, right? Is to like be doing this and to live a healthy lifestyle for a very long, it's a lifestyle. It's not, like yes, we're competitive with it and, you know, push it to an extreme. But I want to be fit and healthy when I'm 70, 80.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
And this has given you a good basis too. Yeah, I think that's awesome. No, very cool. I was curious, now do you know where and when you'd like to compete for your pro debut?
I was talking to my coach about that today.
Oh yeah.
We've been kind of like chatting about what the plan is moving forward. I was kind of thinking like we'll stay in diet mode until I'm gonna go cheer some friends on at nationals in Texas.
Yeah.
Be fit, look good, go down to Dallas. But then was talking to a few friends. I'm like, I'm not done. I'm not done. I we did North Americans, and I feel like I have one more show in me before taking a long off season. I'm not ready to go into off season and to wait another year and a half, 2 years to compete. I wanna step on stage again. So
That's very good. That's terrific. And we talked a little about before we started recording, but in terms of doing women's physique or women's bodybuilding for your pro debut, which
yeah,
would you prefer?
I prefer women. I love women's bodybuilding. I love the poses. I love just I want to be big. But
Yeah,
that thing is, oh my gosh, these women on the pro stage, oof, they are packing some size in the
I know. Taking up a lot of space.
yeah. So pro debut, women's physique for me. But absolutely we'll be doing the most to make sure that I grow in my
Sure.
optimize my training and nutrition and recovery and all the things we love.
That's terrific. No, I think that's great that you're doing that. And I told you earlier, I think that starting off with physique is probably better for you just in terms of where you are with your physique now, but yeah, you could grow into women's bodybuilding easily. So
And that's the goal.
that's awesome. That's very cool. That's exciting about you competing again soon. Um, now, in terms of uh pro and amateur women's bodybuilding and physique this season, is there anybody that's really impressed you or who you'd like to shout out?
Oh my start. Where do you start? I fangirl, right? Like Rising Phoenix. I'm watching it like, oh my gosh, Michaela, oh my gosh, Andrea, oh my, like, oh, they all look so good. Ashley Jones, like her routine. Why am I like drawing a blank on her name right now? She's one of my favorites. Christina.
Oh, Christina Mendoza.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, fangirl.
Oh,
Huge.
she's amazing, isn't she? Yeah.
So I want to see her do really well at the Olympia this year. Her routines are always just beautiful, right? But yeah, it's so fun to watch.
She's a posing master too. She has her own posing business. Christina does, and yeah, she is really amazing. That's cool. That's cool that you're a fangirl too. That so you follow the other ladies pretty closely, huh?
I I just am always watching, right? Like the
Uh-huh.
pro shows, and yeah, it's really fun to keep track and see what they're doing. You look up to them
And you're gonna get to be on stage with them. That's exciting, huh?
and be that girl backstage.
Fangirling. I understand.
Probably embarrass my coach. I don't know.
Nah. No, I think fangirl on backstage makes sense. I think it'll be fun. Um, Now I love that picture of you and your mom on Instagram, and you said that she's come to every show that you've done, and I bet she was really thrilled to get your pro card. What was her take on it?
Gosh, man, she's proud. Yeah, she's been so supportive, from the start. So she was supportive, you know, from the time that I started CrossFit to weightlifting to bodybuilding, you name it. She's been very supportive. Both of my, my mom, my dad, stepdad. stepmom, like I have a really supportive family.
I think that's terrific. I think that's really important. I think because there are several bodybuilders I've talked to whose parents are just not supportive at all, and so having that support I think makes a huge difference.
Does for sure.
Yeah. I just have one more question for you. I was wondering if you've seen like a boost in social media since you turned pro. You know, was there a little bit of a bump from that?
Oh gosh, I think that's any shredded picture.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean? Like you post a picture with shreds and it gets like 400 likes. Then you post a picture like with your grandma at brunch and it gets like 30 likes.
Yeah, yeah, I know what you mean. I have noticed that too.
Yeah, like off season, 50 likes. I don't know. That's social media.
Yeah, and that's the fans too. I mean, just what the fans like or whatever. So yeah.
Everybody loves being shredded. I don't know.
Yeah, oh, that's true. Yeah. Yeah. You did look really good with the shreds at North Americans for sure. Yeah. And but yeah, just with grandma, you just do a quick flex, you know, and then it'll just increase your likes and stuff.
Right, right. Get her flex.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah. Um, so that's all the questions I had. If you don't mind, would you do a quick bicep flex for me? Wow, you look great, Elizabeth.
For the pro debut.
What's that?
Women's physique for the pro debut. Gotta
Yeah.
get these guys to grow a little bit.
Oh, that's awesome. No, and like I said, you can grow into women's bodybuilding later for sure. So
Yeah, for sure.
uh well, thank you so much, Elizabeth. It's good talking with you again, and I'll probably try to get this posted tomorrow for you. So, and I'll tag you, of course.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for your time. Thank you. And best wishes at your pro debut too. I'm excited about it.
Thank